approach the finals. Let's maybe start, and hopefully Natalie can join in a few minutes as we do some introductions. First of all, I want to congratulate all of the startups who have reached the grand final, and they're like the winners of their track. So it's you have passed through quite a few selections along the way. Before we kick off the grand final, I would like the panel members to introduce. Enis, shall we start with you?
Yes, sorry. Hi guys, hi everyone. Happy to see everyone, and thanks very much for taking time and participating in SummerSaaS 2022. My name is Konoplyasty. I'm the managing partner of Flashpoint Venture Capital. So would be happy to listen to your pitches and ask questions and be helpful in any way possible. So good luck to everyone, and thanks very much.
Thank you, Alex. Rexhi, shall you introduce yourself, please?
Happy to. Hey everyone, I'm Rexhi. I'm a partner at Base 10. We're a early and growth stage technology investor based in San Francisco. We've invested in companies like Notion and Figma and Plaid and a bunch of other great SaaS businesses, and we've been very actively investing globally in, I want to say, 5 different continents now. We love supporting tech ecosystems wherever great entrepreneurs are, and we have a particular fondness for SaaS businesses. So excited to be here and hear more about what everyone is working on and be a part of this community.
Thank you. I saw Enis, but unfortunately you see here. Okay,
I'm here. Always here, man. Hoping it wasn't working. Yes, that's why I messaged Martin. I'm like, hey, this is not working. And I was like, hey, this is a unicorn company, so there's no way this is not working. It's probably on my end, which I guess wasn't the case.
Indeed.
Yeah. My name is Enis. I'm with 500. We cover Central Eastern Europe and Turkey within 500. We had a small first fund, $10 million fund. Now the second fund is 70 million euros. We do 750K to $1 million initial checks, and we like to do idea stage, pre-seed, even before you're full-time on your new venture, while you're full-time on your previous job, kind of investments.
Awesome. And hopefully Natalie can join us as we start hearing the pitches. And shall I kick off the floor to you guys? And first, we shall go in the order of how the panels were presented. So the first is Ibek from Quickly Drive. Basically, the floor is yours, and ready when you are.
Great. Hi, everyone.
Guys, before we just start, since we have like 7 companies on the panel, I would urge you to like limit your pitch to like 3 minutes, and we'll try to be quite stringent on time. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Hi, everyone. So I'm Ibek. I'm from Quickly Drive. So we're digitizing the whole driving school industry. So first of all, the industry is quite large. People spend about 30 billion euros per year on driver's education. And in Europe alone, it's about 8 billion and growing quite fast. If you look at how schools operate now, it's basically the same way they have done in the past few years and few decades, right? So they're mostly paper-based, cash. Most of them don't have a website as well, so really small moms and pops shops. And so what we did is we basically centralized all of the processes of a driving school into one big vertical software. So it does everything from scheduling to payroll to accounting, invoicing, all of it. We give also apps to students and instructors so they can basically follow up on how the learning process goes and so on. So this is our bread and butter. We make about 70,000 euro per month on this software. The very exciting part for us is that currently we're charging about 1,000 euro per year for this software per driving school. And a driving school typically spend 30 to 40,000 euro on a secretary or an office manager whose job is to use this software. And now our software is getting good enough so that we can entirely replace that person. And we basically are increasing our price from 1,000 euros to 25,000, which is hugely exciting for us. and we're running the first pilot with a few schools already, basically this month. So yeah, this is very exciting for us. Our vision really is to empower schools to focus on what they do best, which is teaching people how to drive, and not on admin. We're going to take care of all of that. Overall, we have about 50% of driving schools in Berlin that are our customers. We think that it's only a matter of time before we get 50% of all of Germany and then all of Europe. We have a sky-high retention rate. Once school starts to use us, they never leave. We have 75,000 students using our app every month. We have 20,000 reviews. Students love it to learn how to drive. We also provide a marketplace where students can find their driving schools. I think this year we're going to break through 1 million German students looking for the school through our platform, which is also quite nice. So we help schools to get customer as well. And on top of the vertical SaaS, we're also going to provide a lot of transactional element on top, things like payments, offers for leasing cars and things like that, which is work in progress. We have some competitors, mostly old school software or some in different segments, but no one that provides the whole ecosystem. And so we're the only one doing that in Germany right now and in Europe as well. Overall, just the SaaS bit is a 2.5 billion euros addressable market just for the software, just for Europe. So it's quite a big potential without even looking at everything else. And yes, this is our team. We have a track record of building great companies already. We're about 30 people on our team, half of them being developers. We were backed by great angel investors so far, and we're now raising 5 million to capture the rest of the EU market. And 30% of that we're signing already actually this week. So we're looking for the remaining 70%. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.
He really enjoys.
Ibek, thank you so much. And the floor is for the panelists. So,
Anton, I think Natalie just joined us.
Natalie, I see you as well. Yes,
Hi.
please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for being late. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you for persistence, Natalie. We highly appreciate it.
No, I don't give up, of course. So I'm a general partner at Viola Growth. We are part of Viola Group, which is the largest tech investment group in Israel. So we invest in growth tech companies, and we sit together with Flashpoint on a board together, Alex and I, on Guesty's board. So happy to be here. Good luck.
Thank you. Since we already heard the first speech that Ibek had about Click Drive, the floor is on the VC panel to ask some few questions if you have any.
Yeah, I was wondering in terms of sort of the problem you guys think you're solving, in terms of the magnitude of that problem, because obviously driving schools have been there for forever, and people find there is a way for people to find these schools and for students to find their drivers. So like what is like the problem that you're really solving and the magnitude of that? Thank you.
Sure. So the main part that we're focusing on is solving the administrative part. So if you think of a typical driving school, think of it as 3 driving school instructors that are teaching students and 1 full-time staff, right? Which very often is more than 1 full-time staff because you need to be open over like weekends and things like that. So the cost of just the admin part is quite huge. You're talking about something like 35% of your business just for someone whose job is to schedule appointment, print documents, explain to students how the whole process works, which is repeating the same pitch over and over again, right? And if you look at how driving schools are organized, they're organized the same way in Poland, Germany, France, like everywhere, with a main office and like an office manager. And so what we're trying to do is really, first, it was automating all of those processes and helping the office manager makes their job much easier. But we realized that we can actually replace almost everything they do with automation, right? And so that's where we come in, where we provide the software to the school and saying, hey, instead of paying 30 to 40,000 euro for a secretary, pay 25,000 euros to us, and we're going to do everything exactly the same way. And we're going to take care literally of everything you have to do, down to finding students, because we have a lot of students coming to our marketplace, and we're redirecting them to the best schools in an area. And so we're going to take care of everything. You guys just teach. You don't have to do accounting. You don't have to do payroll. You don't have to do anything.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And maybe a question from my side, like how big do you see, like, because in certain countries, the market is basically regulatory, that you have to go through a driving school. In some you don't. So how big do you see that going beyond like Germany?
So if you look at for example, Europe is a market we know quite well. It works pretty much almost in the same way in every country except England and the US, right? Which have their own way, where you can learn mostly with, say, your parents or anyone. In all of the other countries, you actually need to go to a driving school, right? And basically, they operate in the same way. So you have small moms and shops. Think of them kind of like restaurants in each countries, and about the same size and the same spend on this kind of administrative part. And so for example, we started to rolling out our software as well in Poland. We signed the first 100 driving schools there, and we're planning on rolling them out in France as well later this year. So this is kind of the expansion pack. And the software that we have needs to be adapted a little bit for each country because of taxes, local currencies, different documents to print. But overall, it's just the same kind of process in kind of driving educations, right? And so if you're looking into, if your question was targeted regarding just market size, yes, so for example, in Europe, about 8 billion euros, right, is spent on driving schools. A bit more in bigger countries like Germany, but still significant amount in all of the other countries. And one interesting take on this one as well is, as countries get richer, more and more people can afford to drive, and all of those people, they're basically learning how to drive. And so think of all of the emerging markets. The way it started is people start getting cars, starting to drive. There's a lot of accident and people dying. And then the government sets up a compulsory education, going to a driving school, and industries are born like this a little bit everywhere. So yeah, this is kind of where we see it growing.
Understood.
But tell me a little bit about how you plan to expand the product to have a better relationship with the end student. I see it provides a ton of value for the school, but you talked about long-term starting to provide loans or helping them in the buying journey. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That's the second part of the coin. I didn't get a lot of time to talk about that. So we're basically helping them all the way from the beginning. So searching for a school, then theory studying, so learning like the theoretical part. So for example, in Germany, we partner with the government, so we have the official questions of the exam, so you can really practice for it. And so we have a very intense relationship with students where they practice every week for a few months until they get ready to go to the exam. Then they basically chat with their instructors, they see their progress through their app. They can now pay for classes as well directly to our app. And so we're really going through the whole education until you get your driver license. One of the interesting things is, once you get your driver license, we actually want to continue to help you as well. And so, for example, we have a partnership with Volkswagen, with whom we say, hey, right now we're working with them to say, hey, congratulations, you got your driver license. Do you want to take a free test ride at one of the dealerships that is 3 kilometers from your home on Saturday? Yes or no, right? And so we're working towards this, offering leasing as well, comparing insurances, and plugging all of that in for students, because most of the students, once they get the driver license, they're going to get a vehicle, and that's going to be 30% of your disposable income. And we can influence roughly where you're going to spend that. So we want to keep it there. Basically, that's kind of our play with the students. So very intense relationship for about 6 months or so. And once the student gets his driver license and gets his vehicle, that's basically the end of the journey for now.
Thank you for the questions. Shall we move on? Our second presenter is Dina from PitchMe. Dina, the floor is yours. can you hear us? Oh, okay, we see you now. We don't hear you, you're mute.
Sorry, you're talking to me?
Yes, you are next. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I think there is a delay with the sound. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. I'm quite humbled to be amongst such a group of really strong companies. So without any further ado, let me start sharing my screen. You see my screen now?
Yes, we did.
Perfect. Employment market is changing and companies lose money on hiring. Traditional recruitment process is not adapted to global changes and the current structure of job market. Modern professionals are non-linear, they change their career tracks, but resume doesn't present the full potential of a person. We are on a mission to create a recruitment tool for the future of work. We designed a SmartMe profile that replaces CV and provides more insights into hard and soft skills of the candidate. We analyze more than 30 digital sources and convert big data into measured and validated skills profiles. Candidates are then matched to jobs using our proprietary algorithm and presented anonymously to employers. We are operating as a standalone solution, but also integrating into major HR and CRM platforms. We work with small and medium-sized businesses as well as enterprises. We have built a talent ecosystem to support inclusive employment and continuous upskilling and reskilling for the future of work. You can see here our success rates. We save up to 80% of screening time and 50% of the recruitment budget for employers. Our customers particularly value that our solution improves diverse and inclusive hiring, expands the talent pool for the search, and provides timely and cost-effective solution. HR tech market appears to be crowded. However, we identify there is a clear gap for profiling based on big data and smart matching services, which we are perfectly placed to exploit. Since we launched in 2020, we have more than 300,000 candidates who are using our platform and more than 2,500 employers staffing their positions with PitchMe. We are operating across Europe and the US, targeting high-volume hiring businesses. We are scaling fast and expanding across different sectors. In order to enable this growth, we have raised our latest funding round this year. We're a team of international and global professionals coming from various backgrounds, starting from academia, tech, ending with marketing and business. Based in the UK, we operate globally and are united by one mission that employment should be equal and fair for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gina. Guys, the floor is yours.
Can we ask questions?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So thank you, Dina. I wanted to make sure that I understood the product. So you take the CV of a candidate that approaches you, and you enhance it with information from other sources. And if so, what are the sources and what is the enhancements and how? And then I have a question about the business model, but that's
Correct. We are enhancing and enriching profiles and CVs of candidates, not only directly landing on PitchMe. We work with internal databases of our customers. So we can work with recruitment agencies, with enterprise customers, with startups that are hiring, regardless where they get the CVs from. So we are operating within their CRMs and HR. We have more than 30 different sources where we pull information about the person from, starting with social media, professional websites, ending up with blogs, academic publications, and even online games.
okay. And then after you enhance it, you connect them to potential recruiters, or you don't do the second part?
No, we have matching and shortlisting services. So if the company is using the marketplace as a standalone solution, they can post a position and get shortlisted people for their roles. If we are integrated into HR system, then we are doing this shortlisting and matching for the roles companies are staffing internally.
Are you guys replacing the like ATS stack, or you're like, or you plugging into the ATS stack as the customers get bigger? They typically have something like Greenhouse, Lover, Commit, or other.
We're integrated, so we are add-on. So the ATS is a simple exercise of transferring people from one pipeline into another pipeline, right? However, the information available about candidates in those ATSs or CRMs where recruitment agencies are storing the data about candidates are getting outdated very quickly. So we are a plugin and this extension to this service, enriching and updating the database instantly. And then this is how they benefit from using ATS, having the up-to-date information about their candidates.
Dina, this market is, quite competitive, as we've seen over the years, and it's very hard to survive. So what is your winning proposition and winning competitive edge that totally differentiates you from everything else out there?
Thank you, Alex. Well, the fact that we survived for 3 years already says something, that we are quite defensive in terms of our competitive advantage. That's definitely the technology related to profiling, because majority of our competitors still rely on traditional resume or CVs. Majority of our competitors, even if they look at the external sources, they specialize on IT or they specialize on design. PitchMe right now operates across 7 different sectors. So we now are able to work with blue-collar workers, with medical professionals, and so on. So this is how we are probably taking advantage, being one of the first movers on the market.
Thank you, Dina. Philip, Philip, the floor is yours from CloudLogic. So if you can share your video and screen, the floor is yours.
Yeah, sure, great. So can you see me? I turned off camera for a second. Okay, I will try to share my screen because last time it did not work on this computer. Can you see it now? It says it is screen sharing.
I don't think we can. Now we can, yes.
You see FlatLogic like a Google Slides presentation,
yes,
right?
we see Google Slide presentation.
Okay,
yes.
okay, good.
Just like hoping it's loading, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Okay, now we see it. Okay, the floor is yours, so please start. Philip, I think you're
on mute.
Yes, I think you're on mute, Philip. You need to turn on the voice. Not sure if Philip can hear us. Let us text him. Yes, shall we maybe, Philip, if you don't mind, let's maybe we skip you for now, and hopefully you can reset your sound configurations and and go to the next company, as we can't hear you. The next company is Kirill from Monosnap. Kirill, can you share your presentation? Hopefully it doesn't conflict with Philip's.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Wonderful. Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kirill. I'm founder and CEO of Monosnap, secure asset management service for enterprises like Shopify, Citrix, Rike, and Calendly. We have more than 2 million users globally, most of them from the United States. A lot of companies using us already, mostly a free version, but know how to grab money from them. About the problem, huge companies trying to avoid Google Drive, Dropbox, or Box, or any other solutions in any cases because they don't trust them. And they start building their own infrastructure based on AWS Free, Google Cloud, Azure, and many more. But, there's no easy way to upload, share, organize, and manage files through these solutions. And yeah, it's really hard to onboard person to this. Okay, solution. Monosnap is a combination of secure asset management service and viral productivity tool to cover needs of each department. Zero Trust solution allow uploading files directly from the app to customers' trusted storage, avoiding Monosnap service. It's really cool. Market is really big and growing. Value proposition. We save more than 65 hours early for each employee, secure updates and onboarding in a few clicks for entire company, and that's why Shopify loves us. So about the spreading model, we're a B2C2B startup. We're starting infecting companies with their free usability tool, and someday people from senior level, team leaders start using it, and we reach them out and start selling them the more complex and advanced products. So this is the graphic for the Shopify. The same story related to the companies like Atlassian, Service Titan, Amazon, Facebook already using Monosnap heavily. About the traction, last year we earned more than $500,000, started our standalone solution and prepared and pre-ordered with a Shopify, boosted our registration rates, and many other cool stuff. So next milestone, standalone prototype for Shopify, extend to the rest of Shopify to figure out how to work with them. And the next year, we're planning to partnership with Google, publish our solution through the Google Cloud Marketplace, create several sticky integrations to boost our growth rate. And about the competitive advantages, we're not trying to beat the AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. We're simply building on top of them and provide secure transferring and secure storing. So in the case of other uploading and collaboration tools, we're playing with the same scenario. We're trying to serve corp server support, secure transferring, and secure storing. That's why many companies don't use our competitors. So about our team, most of them are ethical hackers, bug bounty hunters. So I will skip that slide. They have a lot of technical experience. We're in direct contact with a number of guys from Shopify, Google, HubSpot, Cisco, Salesforce, who are already using us and help us to grow fastly. In the summary, we're looking for $1.5 million to build our sales team and buy back stakes from our angel investors. And yep, here's my contacts. Any questions? I have a secret slide. Maybe you heard about it, about the VCs who portfolio companies uses Monosnap already heavily. And yep, you can simply ask them about us in more details and how it helps them.
Thank you, Kirill. Does anybody have any questions?
Kirill, really impressive progress. What do you think needs to happen to get to 100 million of ARR? What are the top two things that you need to execute on and accomplish?
Simplify the sales process and provide more brand awareness of Monosnap everywhere, because we hit 2 million users without any marketing and advertisement budget. So yep, we are open to done it, and collaboration with enterprise level marketplaces like Google, Amazon, Azure will help us to sell it faster. And it will help us to spread faster. Yep.
Why do corporates buy you guys? Because is that just for the compliance nature that they want to store the data on the secure servers? And Or
it started like a simple screenshot and screen recording tool, which can upload easily files somewhere. And by somewhere, I mean Google Drive, Dropbox, but especially this secure cloud storages, which are really loved by huge companies like Shopify. So MoneySnap infected the most unprotected departments like support team, quality assurance team, designers team, product managers. And yep, they start to split in MoneySnap. And once we reach someone from VP level, team leader, especially someone from security team, we're reaching them out through the LinkedIn, Gmail, or simply through the push notification, and tell them more about MoneySnap, what they really can do, and how they can upload files, avoiding any our infrastructure, which much safer. And yep, connect directly to their cloud storage. That's why they're using us, because we are avoiding our infrastructure in any cases, and we know that by working with huge companies like Shopify. That's why it's helped us to pass all of the security requirements really fast.
And what's the average B2B contract value for you guys?
For the average SMB or medium company, it's somewhere about $10,000 per year. And we are not aiming to this market yet, because we know how to conquer huge companies like Shopify and many more from S&P 500. And their checks start from $100,000. But yeah, we're simply following the strategy Calendly and Zoom do, starting from heavy companies and start spreading across medium SMB companies and ending with the B2C users.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you, Kirill, for your pitch. Our next presenter, I see Philip. Have you?
Yeah. I'm ready. Let's
okay.
try it.
Let's try it again.
It seems it does not work really good on Windows. I use 2 computers. You can see me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm good. And now you can see the presentation. Okay, good.
Wonderful.
Okay, so FlatLogic serves is a platform for web engineers and developers. Nowadays, web developers face lots of difficulties creating web applications. They need to properly choose a web development stack like backend, frontend, database. They need to host their application somewhere. They need to connect it to GitHub, so some version control. Then they also need to pick a best template or starter kit, and then they need to connect everything together. So this is what FlatLogic does. We create a platform that allows to fix all of this together. That's about scarce resources in the market. So this is how it works. So you pick a technology stack, then you choose a starter template, then you connect to GitHub, and your app is ready. So the code, I will show you how it works in a minute. So the code is pushed to GitHub, and the app, the complete URL, is ready for you. The applications are created based on a software development concept with relations management, so kind of on the database schema concept. So the database entities are defined, and based on the database entities, the whole application is generated. That's how it works. So it simplifies the process a lot and saves, on our estimate, around 2 months of web development work for engineers. We're in the middle between traditional and no-code solutions, because FlatLogic creates a code for you and pushes the code to your repository. Then our bot, a FlatLogic agent, continues to work with your repository. So even if you need to add something further, so for example, you generated an application with some basic structure with entities, I don't know, like categories, products, and so on, and then you want to add something else. So our bot will do this for you. We'll push the code directly to your repository. That's how we are different. So it preserves the advantages of custom development, but gives the advantages of low code by speeding up the development. Okay, so that's about the market. The market is pretty big because we're targeting the software development market in general, web development particularly, and then software. That's how we charge money. We have two types of clients, B2C, they are mostly individual developers, and B2B, they generate most of the revenue for us. We launched in September, Alpha launched in September 2021. Since then, we had 34K visitors on our website. They created they created 6,000 applications and converted to 60 paid users. And these 60 paid users generated $50,000 of revenue for us. We also have 100,000 monthly users on our website, and we leverage this as a further potential to expand, to build our platform upon this traffic. That's reviews, positive reviews of our platform. That's some B2B details, some existing applications that we built for businesses. That's linear or maybe exponential growth of the amount of applications created on our platform. At the moment, there are 6,000 of them. That's our sorry, I cannot go back. That was our milestone, and we plan to expand, build more, add more templates, designs versions, text versions, some integrations with third parties, add an ability to build a front-facing website. Okay, so that's our team. Our team is pretty
10
good.
seconds.
Yeah. Okay, so 1 second. We're seeking for 1 million investment to build the system, to hire engineers, to hire marketing personnel. So that's how the generated application looks like. You have a separate domain, and that's our feature. That's how our FlatLogic bot writes the code for you. So it's a real commit in real repository. So our coding agent adds code for you. That's it.
Thank you, Philippe. The floor is yours, judges.
Thank you, Philippe. I wanted to ask you about your persona. So you said that you're working both directly with developers, but also selling B2B. So how do you sell? Do you sell to like 1 or 2 developers in a company, or the entire team uses it? And when you mentioned that you're working, that you have 60 customers, is it businesses or people?
They're mixed. So the majority of revenue comes from B2B. So for example, some developers, so we have a community of individuals. So kind of, if you're a project manager, you are most likely not going to know about us. But developers come to us, and then they bring their companies to us. So that's how it works. So we have we have two types of purchases. They are small purchases for hundreds of dollars, and they are big purchases for companies. So half of the revenue comes from companies. We charge from $4,000 to $6,000 for installation, and some small fees of $100 for individuals.
Okay.
Did I answer your question or something else?
Yeah, just want to understand. So you charge per installation. It's not a subscription?
Yes. It's not subscription. Yes.
Got it.
Well, we're working on that because it's quite hard to connect subscription in our model because we give them the code. And that's what differentiates us from low code and no code, but gives them the opportunity of custom development. We are charging for hosting, but it's a very small amount of subscription fee.
Okay.
Thank you, Philippe. So our next presenter is Michael from Buy Group.
Hey guys, hopefully you guys can hear me. I've been pitching so much I've lost my voice, but let me share my screen. Can you see okay?
Yes, wonderful.
Excellent. Okay, thanks guys. My name is Michael Wallace Brown. I'm founder and CEO of Buy. Buy is a fintech company headquartered in Finland with operations in Bangladesh, Kenya. Our mission is to make commerce as easy and trusted as messaging a friend. So Buy is a commerce network of entrepreneurs built on trust. We've developed a collaborative commerce platform that manages transactions with messaging and is the source of trust in informal markets to power hundreds of thousands of trusted commerce networks and millions of micro entrepreneurs. This is an informal market, and the International Labour Organization estimates that about 2 billion workers, or about half the informal sector globally, works in the informal market. This is an enormous $19 trillion opportunity. We are already live in East Africa and Bangladesh with serviceable obtainable market of 30 billion in Kenya and 340 billion in Bangladesh. And it's also an opportunity to reduce poverty, making commerce in informal markets more efficient. But the problem in informal markets is that commerce is analog, face-to-face, and 95% of transactions are cash. There's no record of who's paid for what. Corrupt distributors sell fake products. Shady middlemen skim off profits. So who can be trusted? Here you can see what a typical last-mile delivery small trader looks like. There is one similarity between all these small informal markets and business owners and traders. They all use cash and face-to-face trusted commerce. In some markets, Kenya and Bangladesh, they already use trust-based mobile money services on a daily basis. So that's what our product BuyNet does, a messaging-based transaction platform built into or on top of the existing and trusted non-smartphone tech systems and built to scale off the messaging revolution of WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook Messenger. So Buy has developed this revolutionary commerce messaging platform that manages transactions across any messaging user interface and is the source of trust in informal markets. This is how Buy commerce messaging works for our small delivery trader as an example. He receives an invite to join Buy network from a distributor who he knows and trusts. He signs up and passes KYC and joins BuyNet and the trusted group that has invited him. The entrepreneur can now receive orders, deliver packages, and he can notarize cash payments. He can build trust so that he can access credit. For corporates, Buy is the source of trust, connecting them to entrepreneurs in informal markets. And corporates are able to incentivize and reward entrepreneurs based on the performance of sales. And they're also able to create an impact score based on the poverty reduction for which they can get tax breaks. Our ultimate goal is to fundamentally disrupt the way the world manages commerce with messaging. An informal market is only the start for us. Buy is free for small traders. We charge corporates a network subscription access fee of 1.5% of gross revenue to access the network. We're scaling with large corporate customers. In Africa, we are partnering with Standard Bank, the largest bank in Africa, who's also our investor. And in Bangladesh, with our customer, Jita Bangladesh, which is the largest informal network with 40,000 retailers and 30 million consumers. We're at that tipping growth point and are scaling fast. So our vision is to reduce poverty by creating millions of entrepreneurs and empowering them to make more money with trusted commerce messaging. We're currently raising our seed round. We've been very capital efficient, but we've already raised 540. We want to raise 1.5 million. It's led by Launch Africa, the largest VC in Africa. It includes Standard Bank, Antler, and also Todd Rupert International. We're happy to talk to any interested partners. If you want to learn more about Buy, but more importantly, who better to change the world than this amazing team of experienced mobile experts who've done it all before, and together with the best tech team in the fintech in the world. That's all I'll say. So thanks very much, guys.
Thank you. How do you guys differ from other mobile solutions in Africa that have been existing for some time, that have like M-Pesa and that are built into the telecom providers basically?
Really good question. We're live in 2 markets, guys, Bangladesh and Nairobi. What is important about those 2 markets? Those are the only 2 markets that have done USSD payments, which is basically M-Pesa and Bcash. And what's really important with that, we chose those markets specifically because that is a face-to-face commerce transaction. You get the till number for M-Pesa, you punch it into a USSD menu, but that's 40-year-old technology, and it's never been successful anywhere else in the world except in Kenya and in Bangladesh. And the reason being is because you need a big bank and you need a telco. So we don't need a big bank and a telco. We've got our own platform and our own network, and we're over the top of banks and telcos. And the most important thing of all here, guys, is that the revolution is moving to the WhatsApp and Telegram. Okay, they're running wars on it. I said it in the last pitch. Okay, it's this distributed nature of commerce that we're going after, and no one else is doing that. So that's why the largest bank in Africa has invested in us and partnering with us. That's why MasterCard wants to partner with us, because we've got the rails for informal markets to bridge the gap between the formal and the informal.
Because you're basically switching from SMS to data packaging, like in a sense, like that's the build your own network.
We can do any messaging platform, USSD, SMS, but basically exactly that. We are switching to new messaging apps, which is really, really important. But so the point there is you can access Bionet on any messaging network, but the way it's going to evolve, guys, and this is really important. This is happening so fast we can't even keep up with it. But we can actually create our own messaging client, strip it down for commerce, white label it to a bank or to a credit card company, and that becomes the point of trust or the point of sale. Virtual credit cards, that's where it is. It's very personal. It's distributed, okay? So that's what's happening today. And we basically are leading this revolution in commerce right now.
Michael,
We can't, yes, sorry.
Did you already start this? Do you have a pilot or something on the field?
Absolutely. So we piloted in Bangladesh. We're already doing 10K MRR. We got 2 pilots at Standard Bank in Nairobi, one with LPG gas, another one with the FMCG company. So it's basically any sector, but the go-to-market model for us is partnering with a big bank. So Standard Bank is the biggest corporate bank. They've got all the corporate customers. Those are the ones that will pay. So we'll roll it out with them, okay? In Bangladesh, we've just gone to the main network. You know what I mean? There's 30,000 retailers there already. They don't do anything. It's a telephone call and a piece of paper. So we just lay it in.
What's the adoption of the people, like the commerce people? Are they using it?
Absolutely. So it's very sticky. And because of that, exactly the point made about you talking about M-Pesa and Bcash, they're used to this face-to-face with messages, but ours is super simple. You know what I mean? It's really easy to do. And it's really easy to do. So that we really focused on matching what they do on the ground today. And we talk about this thin client front end, but then we've got a very sophisticated back end that connects everything across the network.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael. Our next presenter is Nadav from Guerrilla Link.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Nadav.
Hey, we can hear you. We can see you. Perfect.
See the presentation?
Yeah.
Great. So happy to see you all here. My name is Nadav, the CEO of Guerrilla Link from Israel. What we do is seamlessly connect IoT sensors to the internet using satellite communication. So now you can connect any type of sensors that currently working with cellular communication to satellite. And it's an end-to-end solution. So you need to know nothing but what you're doing today with cellular. So now you can deploy this temperature sensor in the middle of the ocean or the desert, or just in location where you don't have signal and you see this data. So as you know, the world is huge, right? A lot of industries don't have communication on site, for example, in agriculture or water treatment facilities. On the other end, there are 1 million new IoT devices going online every day. These devices are basically helping us get more data and produce more food, control better the energy, and produce more water, and a lot of more stuff. But 80% of the land of the earth is not covered by any type of communication. So basically, what it means is that for our customers, which are IoT manufacturers, service provider, integrators, they can't reach 80% of their potential market. This is bad for their business, but it's even worse for humanity. So today you can use drones, tailor-made satellite communication solutions, or even send personnel to get the data from the device. So we are Guerrilla Link. My name is Nadav, and this is my brother Ron. And we are brothers, together share 25 years of experience in satellite IoT, RF communication, embedded programming, and cloud computing. And we created a platform, a SaaS platform that helps any IoT manufacturer or IoT integrator to connect their current sensor to the satellite. The same way they're using today cellular communication, they're now using satellite communication. So this is the new internet as we see it, because you can connect anything. You don't have the limitation of terrestrial networks. You can just connect anything and it will work. The next place you will see the data is in the cloud. We are working with multiple satellite network providers, so our customers will not be vendor locked. We are backed by the Israeli Space Agency and the Israeli Innovation Authority, and also by space VCs and angel investors. Guerrilla Link is a software solution, end-to-end software solution that to transmit the data from the ground, from the sensor to the cloud using the space technology. The IoT, there are 4.5 billion IoT devices. It's a huge market. On the other hand, the new internet, in 2030, there are going to be 100,000 satellites in space. It's a huge number. This is the new communication infrastructure. If you're just looking at the agriculture, the precise agriculture, we see it's a $16 billion market, and it's only one example. So Guerrilla Link, with Guerrilla Link, any IoT manufacturer, service provider, integrator can now connect their sensor, their IoT, to the internet using satellites, so they can now deploy their devices anywhere on the planet without knowing nothing about satellite communication. We're creating a protocol, a module, and the cloud. So basically, our platform is a complete solution for them to use.
Thank you, Nadav. We unfortunately have questions for 1 minute.
Okay, sorry. So we have great traction. We have now 7 working pilots, first version of our product already running and working. Thank you.
What technology trend are you riding upon? I mean, why do you think 2022 is the right time to build the infrastructure? What's the tech stack? What's the underneath tech stack like?
So the thing is that the launch to space become much less expensive. The size of the satellites is much smaller. So now in a single launch, you can potentially create a global network of IoT satellites. Mm-hmm. This reduced dramatically the price. So now we can reach the price of using Guerrilla Link. You can pay the same that you pay to cellular, but to satellite.
Thank you, Nadav. Unfortunately, we have to move on. Our last but not least is Vladimir from GetPin. Please welcome Vladimir to.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Please let me share my screen with presentation. Yeah. Should I add delay sound effect or not? Are you happy with the sound right now?
All is good.
I'm joking. Okay, guys, yeah. As I understand, I have 3 minutes, yeah? Let's go in this case, yeah. So thanks again for having me. My name is Vladimir. I'm a founder of B2B SaaS startup GetPin. What we are actually automated tools that helps multi-location business to acquire more customers and increase revenue by managing online presence and communication. What is the problem in it? The question is that right now the customer journey online for customers is quite long and messy. There are a lot of touch point digitally that business have to manage simultaneously, and it's become quite complicated because there is a lot of platforms with different contexts, and actually adding different services become again very difficult. For example, our client in Poland, PKO Bank, has 750 branches and ATM machines, so it becomes very difficult to manage clearly, and in result, customers are struggling. So how we can help? We build the solutions that centralized customer communication channel on third-party platform under one point, and bring everything in one, and into bringing different kind of solutions. So actually, we are infrastructure of solutions. What we are doing, we are offering online presence, online promotion product, online reputation, and customer support channels. All this in one product. What is the idea is to manage all big data set what we have, build on it different algorithms and with NLP technologies and AI to deliver better customer experience to the customer on every point of interaction with business, with on maps and social media, with messages and communication messages, or asking for feedback on maps, so on. So this bring us to platforms that already gives very good outcome in accurate information that customers are happy, and instant response in messages and on feedbacks. All these business processes are built on a one actually platform. It's and this actually was built by a feedback from our customer, which are in different verticals: petrol, finance, retail, telcos, and others. So we have quite good traction, despite the fact that we are bootstrapping company. We tripled our revenue last year comparison with previous one. We are one of 100 Google verification partners globally, and have started working in Poland this year. So we are focused on the two types of business. One is global and national large enterprise with multi-location presence. The second one is small, medium businesses with agencies that have already established connection with a big bench. So we are focused on CE and DACH region. We are have competitors, quite good team, and being bootstrap, we are fundraising right now to close seed round. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vladimir.
Yes. Any questions?
Vladimir, thank you very much. Just was wondering, you're operating also in a relatively competitive market. So, how do you see your goals in terms of growth?
So despite the fact that it seems like quite competitive market, but the answer is that very seldom products offering combination of different solutions. For example, quite popular brand 24 in Poland is offering only reviews, but some actually a lot of chat box offering only chats, but no one is comparing data in order to bring values to finally customers, in order they find questions and get the feedback on their request as soon as possible. In this case, we are quite competitive because we are coming to the business and offering a very easy onboarding. Step by step, we implementing automations that creates value to the business, and no one compared the competitors that the market can't offer, at least at this kind of price.
Guys,
yes.
I don't know if there are any questions. Please go ahead, but if not,
Vladimir, you said you're cheaper. Why? What makes you cheaper? Is it the underlying technology?
What make us cheaper? First of all, our business model. So only 14 people, 12 people in the team is actually, and being bootstrapping, we are balancing on a break-even point. In this case, we are interested in business models that in short term bring us actually revenue for paying salary and continue product development. In this case, we can offer much less money in order again to bring values to the customer for this kind of points. So in this case, we have already survived and become a leader in our market, competing with actually funded company. They are trying to just fight with us on with a pricing tool, but still we survived, and we know how to actually survive and deliver values on a low level in this case. But it's not actually main our unique selling point. Actually, all in one. This is actually main idea.
Okay, thank you.
So we are better and cheaper. This is actually best combination. Yeah.
All right. So that concludes our pitches.
Thank you.
Enis, Natalie, and Alex, please go ahead and go into the calendar invite, and you have a link there. Please vote for who you believe was the best pitch, and as you vote, I will share those results shortly.
Anton, can you? I don't have in my invite any other link than this link.
1 second. I will send you that.
Oh, now I see it. Sorry, just got it.
All right. Okay, I see 3 votes, and I know that we're expecting one from Rexhi. I know he dropped out on the mid-last pitch, but want to let him give him a minute to vote, and then we can proceed. Yes, so now we have 4 people have voted, and let us share you the results. And basically, hopefully you can see my screen. The Guerrilla Link has won.
Woo!
Has won SummerSaaS 2020.
Thank you.
With that, that concludes basically our conference, and I would like to say thank you to all of the VC jury members that have been with us, our speakers, our gold sponsors, Trade and Trust, and Springto, our portfolio companies that have supported us as well, Commit, Chili Piper, and most importantly, the amazing Flashpoint team who has pitched in during this competition. That has been our 3rd year hosting it, and we hope that there will be more years to come. All of the participants, we will share $10,000 AWS Amazon Activate code with you. So subject to them, you will have some more resources to build your amazing SaaS companies. And thank you for taking part in this year's SummerSaaS, and we hope to see you again in 2023.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.